What is up, everybody? Sly Spy Gaming here, and today we're going to be checking out the newest patch in Texas Chainsaw Massacre that is coming out November 7th. They're saying that it's going to start rolling out on PC and console at about 2 p.m. Eastern Time on November 7th, so you guys should definitely stay tuned for that. So the first thing that we're going to go into are the new bug fixes that were implemented in this update, and the first is that they have fixed the Nicotero Leatherface interaction audio. So apparently there was an issue where the Nicotero Leatherface would actually default back to the original chainsaw sound during some scripted interactions. Not exactly sure what that was, whether that was like cutting down barriers or doors or something like that, or, you know, sticking his chainsaw through some cracks in the wall. But apparently this has been fixed, and now we'll actually use the Nicotero specific chainsaw sounds. Additionally, they have fixed an issue where Nicotero Leatherface's chainsaw dance audio was defaulted back to the standard. Again, this kind of goes hand in hand with the other fix that they implemented, but this is only specifically during the amazing and beautiful, graceful chainsaw dance that Leatherface gives us at the end of the match. Next one is a pretty big one, and this is the gas station car exploit, and I know this has been super annoying for family, especially when the family members are rocking all characters that cannot crouch. So there's an issue where essentially the victim characters could crouch inside of the blue car near the tool shed on the gas station map and pretty much just not be able to be hit unless there was a character like Hitchhiker or Sissy that could crouch and go in there to actually attack them. This would pretty much lead to players just being able to drown out the match and just annoy the hell out of everybody. This has been fixed though, and so now players will no longer be able to enter that car, thank God. Lastly on their list of fixes is a fix to an issue of pixelated textures. So apparently there was an issue causing textures on skins to not load properly on some platforms. However, this has now been fixed. Now we'll kind of move on to a couple of the changes that they've made to the game instead of fixes. These are more just things that they have changed in general. And the first is that they've changed some player levels in lobbies. So now player levels will be hidden in lobbies. My guess as to why they did this is because a lot of players would see higher level players and they would be like, oh, I'm not dealing with this, and they would just leave. Now that the player levels are hidden, it'll pretty much give some players some anonymity, and so that higher level players are still able to play the game just like any other player would be able to. Additionally, they made a change to party icons in lobbies, and so now players who are partied up will no longer display party icons in the lobbies. Again, this is probably because, you know, victims would run into a group of full family, or vice versa, family would run into a group of full victims, knowing that they're going to have better communication than if you were to run into a group of non-partied players. Essentially, I'm guessing that would lead to a lot of players just leaving the game. Additionally, the party icons will no longer be displayed in the player list, scoreboard, or match results. Seems like the big changes that they were trying to make here were more along the lines of, let's get players to not leave lobbies. Apparently there's a pretty big movement running rampant throughout the communities right now to where if you're either on the family side or the victim side, to just not play certain maps. I am assuming that they think that these changes are going to help the players just leaving. I don't know how much that will really affect players leaving. It has more to do with the map. I'm sure that it will definitely help some people, but I know a lot of players that will just leave if they get into a match. Like, for instance, if they're a family member and they get into a match that's on Slaughterhouse, they'll just straight up leave. The same thing can be said for some victim players who end up getting into a match on Family House. Again, they just leave because as a victim, it's much harder to get out of the family house than it would be to get out of something like Slaughterhouse. My thoughts on this is that they should really punish the players that leave matchmaking midway through and start searching. Like, they should give them some sort of a timer to start searching again. That way you're not going to have players that are just constantly leaving, and the players who do want to actually play the game not just sitting in an empty lobby and waiting for it to fill. Those are my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 p.m. Central Time, so make sure that you guys come and check that out. But until next time, everybody, this is Sly Spy Gaming signing out.